I first found out about FH, it was actually through somebody that I worked with. Literally, the first meeting we had, he said to me, I've got some white marks under my eyes here, which I'd been aware of, but to be honest, I'd ignored it. This guy, Jason, said to me that they're fat deposits, and that's from high cholesterol. I looked on the internet to see what I could find out about the marks, and it seemed to be linked to a condition called familial hypercholesterolaemia, more commonly known as FH, and that was confirmed as a diagnosis once I'd had my blood test with the doctor.
I think when I heard his cholesterol was 10.2, I felt he had a pulse, because I was like, that's a crazy number. It isn't, apparently. People have much higher, but I was just 10.2, really. That was scary.
It's odd because you don't feel any pain. And generally, I was lucky having the marks under my eyes, but lots of people don't have any symptoms at all. So it's a bit strange from that perspective, and especially because afterwards when people say, well, how are you getting on, how do you feel? Well, actually, exactly the same as I did beforehand, because I didn't feel that there was anything wrong. The GPs were reticent to test the children, you know, that they're 11 and 14, you know, they can't have high cholesterol at that sort of age. They didn't really seem to understand it was a hereditary condition, and it starts the moment you're born. The children had their blood tests, and actually the day that we got the results, James had already been to the dentist and had a tooth out, so he was having a bit of a bad day anyway. And then obviously he found out from the blood test results that he had high cholesterol.
I was upset. Purely because he's already got so many other allergies, and I just felt it was a lot for a little boy to have to deal with.
How you first felt when you found out that you had FH?
Bit shocked at first, but I got over it quite quickly. Just sort of told myself it wasn't the end of the world. I can still do things, I just can't eat certain things, so it's not that bad, really.
The important thing is you have to think as a parent that if you're not getting your child tested and you're not managing the condition all of the time that they're not being, it's not being dealt with, then potentially their arteries are flaring up and they're at greater risk of heart disease.
As already his level's down from 7.5 to 4 after 3 months of tablets, and I just explained that his arteries were probably quite clear right now, and that by taking the tablet from now, he would probably never have any problems. Not guaranteed, but the chances are he wouldn't. Whereas even though Dad was on the tablets, what damage has been done up till now, we still didn't really know. So I kind of said, you're in a better position than Dad is because you're starting so much younger. So I think he kind of, but it was true. And I think he kind of thought, oh, right, okay. So we sort of tried to explain it was more preventative for him, whereas for Bryan, we don't really know. But hopefully he'll be around for a good while.
We had to completely review our diet as a family and what we can and should eat. The best thing is to avoid fats that are hard at room temperature, so butter, cheese, that sort of thing. But it was actually, you know, walking around the supermarket, looking at the things that I would have picked up beforehand, the odd treats here and there. I was close to tears, being aware of the things that I shouldn't and couldn't really eat anymore. I've learned to find the sort of foods and snacks that I can still enjoy but aren't unhealthy for me. I would say that I'm quite disciplined. I'm terrified of having a heart attack, to be perfectly honest. The thought of having a heart attack, and actually it's not so much dying that bothers me, but it's surviving and going through that pain and then having to worry about having another heart attack. So that motivates me to keep fit and healthy. It's definitely been a cloud with a silver lining. So I've sort of lost 2 to 3 stone. I've lost about 6 inches off my waist. It was a relief to find out that I had FH. There is a family history of heart disease. Nobody's lived past 63, and in my view, it's better for me to know and to be able to address that. Early recognition and diagnosis of FH is key in my view. I would advise anybody out there that they do look back at their family history, look for people that have had heart attacks at an early age. If you think you might have it, or you know someone who you think might have it, then go and get tested, or urge that person to go and get tested and then deal with it and just get on with your life.